Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look. It's a kind of festive holiday-ish glam look. I did a glitter cut crease and a bold lip, tons of face makeup, all that jazz. So if you want to see how I did this and what products I used, just keep watching. I'm going to prime my lids with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. And this is in the shade Fair 5. I'm just going to put a little bit of that and then blend that in. And for that, I'm just using an e.l.f. foundation brush. And then I'm just going to take a little synthetic brush. This one's from Emax Designs. I got a set of them on Amazon for really cheap, and they're actually really nice brushes. And then I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder and use that to set my eyes so that eyeshadow blends a little easier. I think I'm going to start with the Morphe 3502 palette. This is what that looks like. And then I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm going to take the shade Universal and just start working that into the transition area on a little bit of a firmer blending brush. This is the Morphe M433. I'm going to take the shade Spice. And I'm just going to work that into my crease.
Do you want us to do something?
I'm sure he does. He's only here a little while. Say hi.
Hi.
Stop! Stop! You're so weird. Alright, so now I'm going to use a MAC 266. I'm going to take the shade Muddy and just kind of try to trace out my crease a little bit. And then I'm going to go back with the Morphe M433 and blend that a little bit. And then to make that a little bit deeper, I'm taking the same little angled brush and I'm going to go in with brunette. Probably not going to take this all the way in, just about like halfway. And then blend it out with the same Morphe brush. Next I'm going to take the Pure Soiree Diaries palette. I got this in a box of Charm. And I'm going to take the shade Twinkle, so this one right here, and put that on my lid, kind of in like a cut crease shape. I'm going to add glitter though, so to apply that shade I'm just going to use the Royal & Langnickel detail brush. And then I'm going to go back in with that little angled brush and take the shade Epic from this Pure palette. It's this shade right here. Just to deepen the crease a tiny bit so you can kind of distinguish between the two. Alright, you could stop there, or you can add glitter. I'm going to add glitter. This is the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Kitten Karma. And I'm just going to take that straight from the applicator and put that on my lid. so as I let those dry, I'm going to start working on my face. I'm going to start with the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. Put this all over my face. And then for the area that I have little extra pores, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer primer and put that just a tiny bit on the sides of my nose, on my chin, and a little bit on the center of my forehead. I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade Y215 and these NYX Total Control cover drop things, and this is the shade Porcelain. And I'm going to mix a couple of drops of this into this, just because I really like this foundation, but since I'm doing a like pretty glam makeup look, I want to have a little bit of extra coverage. And then I'm just going to take a damp beauty blender and blend that out. Sorry if the lighting changed. I had to mess with some settings and lights and stuff. So I'm going to take a combination of concealers because it's fun. I'm going to use the BH Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer and the ColourPop concealer that I used earlier to prime my eyelids. I'm going to use this one more for blemishes and brightening and stuff, and then this one under my eyes. Just because I know this one doesn't really like crease, so. And then I'm going to just take my beauty blender and blend out the face. To set my under eyes, I'm going to use the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder and the Real Techniques Setting Brush. I'm going to do a little bit of cream contouring. I'm going to use the Tarteist Pro Glow palette, and I'm going to use the shade Shade. And I'm going to start with this small brush. This is a Moda brush, which I think is a Royal & Langnickel brush. And I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder, the one that I used to set my concealer on my eyes. I'm going to use this on my face with another Emax Designs. This is just a flat like kabuki brush. I'm going to go back to the Tarte palette and use the Sculpt shade to contour, and I'm using a BH Studio Pro No. 3 contour brush. Just looks like this. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that powder and start to sculpt out my cheekbones. I'm also going to lightly contour my forehead. And then for my nose, I'm going to go in with another Emax Design brush. This is just a small, like, fluffy brush. And the Sephora contour in Los Cabos. And to kind of like bronze up my face a bit, I'm going to take the BH Studio Pro contour palette. And I'm going to use this shade right here. This really old Sephora collection angled brush. only weird thing about this palette is it smells like sunscreen. So. For highlighter, I think I'm going to mix a little bit of Lit and Strobe, these top two. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit of Stunner right on the tops of my cheekbones. I'm going to go back into the Morphe 3502 palette. And I'm going to take a Morphe M433 and take Orb and just run that along my lower lash line to kind of blend the outer corner of the shadow on top. I'm going to spray some Makeup Forever Mist and Fix to set all of my face and eye makeups, and then put on some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the lashes that I put on are the Rodeo lashes from Morphe. They're just like kind of like long and separated and spidery-y. For lips, you could totally do a nude lip with this and it would look really, really good actually. I'm gonna do just a matte, super dark lip. So I'm gonna line my lips with this lip liner with a brand name that I can't say. I got it in my BoxyCharm and it's in the shade Spice. So I'm just gonna kind of warm it up on the back of my hand a little bit because it is a tiny bit stiff. It's not a perfect match for the color of lipstick that I'm using, but it doesn't really matter because the lipstick's pretty dark anyway, so. And then for lipstick, I'm using the ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lip in the shade LAX. Alright guys, so that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's probably a longer video, just because I tried to get so much into it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, leave me comments, all that jazz. Don't forget to follow my social medias. They will be right here. Yep, so go do that. Yeah, so tell me how you felt about the lighting and sound in this video, because I know it's probably a little bit different just because I'm in a different room and I have a little bit of natural light. It's almost gone now, but I had natural light. So if the lighting is kind of like changing in the video, it's because of that. Yeah. I love you guys, and I will see you next week.